Welcome in, everybody, to this week's 5Aside. We haven't done one of these in a while, the show where we discuss 5 topics outside of the 5 things we normally talk from the most recent 5 Stripes match. My name is Glenn Paisan, and joining me tonight is Emmy award-winning...
Wait. Did y'all hear? Someone in this podcast got a major award.
Emmy award-winning, even though apparently they don't give you the award and they make you buy it.
They do, cheap asses.
Dude, it really is like Kat is the Christmas Story dad. Because she won a major award. It's going to come in some box marked fragile, and you have to pay for it.
That's right. That's 100% exactly what it is. I cannot refute any of that.
Our resident member of the most chaotic, unpredictable, I cannot figure it out club in all of global football.
You're a homewrecker. You're a homewrecker. You're a Southampton homewrecker.
Man, you got someone fired. Hey, Jennifer's with us. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. Hi there.
Hey,
if they weren't going to be the executioner, someone else is going to be.
We all know that. That doesn't matter. She's still a homewrecker. And of course, joining us from the most reputable...
Yep. That deep, sultry voice you just heard is none other than Mike Weiss. From FanTV, the sultry voice, it clearly explains why he now has...
He is not the sultry voice of Atlanta United FanTV. That role belongs to AJ.
That's right. It's a common misconception.
Sorry.
No, but sorry, Mike. The main
AJ,
difference is that
AJ
it's more,
does have that tenor.
It is more masculine than Glenn's, and so that's why we're saying it's sultry. It's just, there's
catching strays,
AJ's,
and we're only a couple minutes in.
Golly. Well,
anyhow, so tonight, what we are going to talk about, since we did this last year too, and it's getting close to the holidays. Depending on which holiday you celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah or
the holidays.
Holidays, sure. Also that Christmas, whatever you celebrate, we are going to go through, each of us, 5 gifts that we are going to give to whoever we decide we're going to give them to. Some of these gifts are serious in nature. Mine are all snarky and satirical in nature.
I expect nothing less.
Right, we're talking about presents, by the way,
yes.
not gifts, as in not slightly, not 10-second clips of
gifts.
Gifts. I just because gifts. Well, these days the age of technology, the meme, the memeology as we live.
It's actually pronounced GIF. So
you're never gonna fucking get me to say it any other fucking way. Okay, I'm not gonna start calling Denzel Washington Denzel either, even though technically that's the way it's supposed to be pronounced.
Apparently it is.
Yeah, I know.
Anyhow,
it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, we're gonna go through 5 things that we would love to.
GIF is peanut butter.
To gift to people, or entities, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll get through it, and we won't talk over each other at all.
We'll try.
Right? We're gonna try. We're gonna do our best. All right.
Hey, wait. But before we do, we should probably remind everybody that it's
off to a great
time
start
to.
On that
oh shoot!
And I think.
Sorry. I was just gonna say we should remind everybody that they should always gift the gift of self-care to themselves.
She's trying to remind people, but her connection keeps freezing up. That's another.
Trying to remind people of
self-care. That now is a really important time.
No, she keeps freezing.
She's trying to remind people that Kat won an Emmy. She's trying to reiterate.
Yes,
that.
and I think that's pretty clear. If you're watching the video of this, you'll see Jennifer drop in and drop out from time to time. It will kind of affect the video feed. If you're listening to the audio, there might be times and gaps where she's on some sort of random dumpling rant and then suddenly stops. That's just because she's having internet grab. And she was
I might have fixed it, and all I was saying is that now is a really important time to take care of yourself.
Yes,
as much as you take care of others this time of year.
Yes, Mason Mill. Or is this a Mason Mill segue?
It was trying to be.
It was trying to be. I appreciate the effort. Yes, Mason Mill still here. Will still be here coming into next year. We very much appreciate them. I mean, I sound like a broken record. I try to find different things to say about them every time because, I feel like it's all been there, done that, said it so many times. Is there anything new we can say about this practice apart from them being the best chiropractor in town and how much they genuinely mean to us? Kat, you got anything you want to throw out there that's new?
Well, no, I mean,
let people know.
I mean, I don't know if we've mentioned this already, but when we were there, kind of doing our testimonials for the practice.
Actually, if you go to masonmillcairo.com right now, the testimonial trailer is up, and it kind of features Kat and myself.
Yes.
Speaking about the practice and
we thought it
and what it means to us.
When we were doing ours, we thought it was incredibly appropriate that we do it together, because that's just what we do.
Yep.
I think that the questions that they asked were really good, and I think that I was happy that I was actually able to be so genuine and candid about my answers to the questions. None of it was staged. I didn't prepare a speech or anything like that, because that's just not really what we do. Like, I don't prepare speeches for this.
Clearly.
I think maybe the first episode 5 years ago, I think I may have written down some notes, was as far as I got. So anyway,
it's all been downhill from there.
It's completely, just fell off the rails from there. But I think that the point is that I was able to speak from the heart about a company that I care about. And that's something that we've cared about from the beginning. They've supported us. We've supported them. I was happy to be able to give it back. It's a genuine relationship, I think is what is kind
weird
of what
to
I'm
say
getting at. Yeah, when you're talking about a business
or a medical provider, which we all know currently right now, medical
healthcare
is a hot topic right now. But when you find a practice, when you find a doctor, a physician, whoever that really cares, that cares and does good work and takes care of you and means something to you, it's nice to be able to give back and to continue to promote something that you actually believe in.
That's right.
And that's really important to us.
Right.
So I think that's all we got to say about him. You will have the same experience. I promise. 404-321-0082, masonmillcairo.com, Decatur, Georgia, off McConnell Mill Drive. All right. I'm going to kick this thing off with my list of 5 gifts that I'm giving, and they're all genuine. They're all from the heart.
Of course they are.
They're all good. They're all well-intentioned.
Well, your love language is snark, so here we go.
It is. Oh, man. All right. So number 1 on my list, I am gifting a set of oven mitts to Pep Guardiola, so he stops scratching himself. I'm very concerned.
Okay.
City is now 1 win in 11 and 2 draws after today.
And Manchester is red.
Yep. They've experienced injuries, most notably John Stones, Rodri, and others. They've had players come and go. But look, City's got 2 starting 11s. They have no excuses there. And I know that, generally speaking, it takes you to a very dark place when you take joy in someone else's struggles. So, that being said, I'm genuinely happy what this does for the Premier League and the upheaval it causes. And now anybody can kind of get into Europe, and apparently Chelsea is like title contenders again. Maybe, I don't know, other teams dropping points. It's exciting, and but I'm concerned about Pep, so I don't want him scratching.
Well, and I'm gonna just because it's so similar to one of mine, I'm going to add mine into that. So it'll be a double gift, because you're going to give him oven mitts. Well, I'm going to get him a new set of sweaters because he's tearing them.
Oh, okay.
He did that
He's tearing them apart.
He literally.
Sorry.
If you look,
I'm here for a good room reference. Well done.
I don't know which match it was, but if you look at it, it's like he was wearing this lovely like gray V-neck, and he just like ripped it down probably, and he ripped it just enough so that's like halfway open. So my gift to Pep Guardiola is a new set of sweaters, probably 3, I would say, because I can't.
So, Mike, what I'm hearing here is that the Atlanta United FanTV Discord, which you should join if you're not already on it and you're a Discordy kind of person, it needs a iconic graphic, like one of the little Giphy things that you make for that, of Pep ripping his sweater like he's the fucking Hulk.
Yeah. We could get that done.
Or like Joseph did.
Joseph did. Joseph. It reminds me, you mentioned the Discord. We have people in the Discord who haven't said much in, talking about Premier League games and stuff for a while, and all of a sudden they're starting to come out of the woodwork and say things and be
it's an
jubilant about, like our Manchester United friends who rarely ever say anything on the weekends except for like
they haven't had much to say for
and now they're starting to be like, saying happy things, and we're like, wow, okay, I haven't heard from you in a while. So I'm
experiencing this with Chelsea as well. Joy, it's weird. All right, my second gift, I am going to give some roofs and a bunch of pink footballs for all the Northern and Midwest teams in MLS. Don Garber's talking about having discussions about moving to a European calendar. Good luck. Look, there's obvious pros to that and cons, most notably just aligning transfer windows and clubs having more access to players at the right times. But does anybody remember the U.S. men's national team playing in Minnesota?
Yeah. Hi, I do.
It's gonna be tough, especially for our Canadian friends. I guess we call them. Not talking about you, Toronto. Play in the cold. I don't care. But Montreal and Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, Minnesota, these Colorado, some of these teams, like, I get the desire to do that, but logistically, I don't know how that's going to be accomplished. We'll see, but and
I personally, I like having them off, because then we get summer footy, which we ordinarily wouldn't really get. I mean, we do have they do overlap, but it's with this way we kind of get it year round. It's funny though, because I think the last couple of years, and I know Glenn would agree with me, is that's like by the time, because Atlanta United hasn't had a lot of success, is that we get towards the end of the season in MLS and we're like, oh God, I can't wait for Premier League to start. Right. And then when Premier League, starts to wind down, we're like, thank God MLS is starting soon. Because I'm like, oh man, I want to go to a game so bad. Sure. And it's like, now I can, because now MLS is starting back up again. So I like that they're off calendars. I get why it can be a problem. What I just wish that they would adhere to more is the international breaks, have them being actual breaks, and have there being no fucking games so that people aren't getting hurt. And that teams aren't decimated by that.
Kat, the problem that you have with that is that ultimately the big FIFA windows that come in the summer are diametrically opposed, and they're workable because the rest of the world is off during that time of year.
Of course.
Except for MLS. Yeah. That's ultimately the thing that's got to get fixed, because in reality, we should have taken, we should have been able to send everybody we needed to send to Copa and the Olympics and, whatever other Euros and all that other stuff, which you can't, and the World Cup ultimately, which you can't do if you're in the middle. Well, you can, but you see what happens to a lot of teams.
It just becomes really difficult, because then the MLS teams get completely decimated from the international duty players that go off, and then you're like, are we actually having real competition here? And it's like, though, some of them can be crucial matches. You get down to decision day like it did for us, and 1 or 2 wins or losses because we didn't have crucial players can make or break a season. And that's the part that that I think, like you said, needs to get fixed. I don't know how, but that's where it becomes the worst, because you do go over to Premier League and you go over to Europe land and everything stops.
Well, and then you have to say you wind up having to suspend for something like the World Cup, because
yes, you do.
There's just
to suspend all play. 100%. It just,
no one's going to pay attention anyway.
Thank you. Exactly. Your ratings are going to go. They're going to plummet. People aren't going to choose to watch an MLS game, a local, team decimated local MLS game over a World Cup match. It's just it makes no logistical sense. So
yes, but this is not a league that is famous for making logistical sense at any.
Very true. Very true.
But Glenn, I want to say one thing about talking about European soccer. Sure. Northern Europe plays on European schedule. They are Scandinavia. They have snow all the time. Norway, Sweden,
True. Chelsea Germany, just
Denmark,
played in Astana, 6 degrees.
They can figure it out in the northern United States and Canada. They can figure it out.
That's true.
We have orange balls for a reason.
I've solved it. Orange balls and roofs. Done and done, and a bunch of shovels. Yeah. All right. Number 3 for me. Some Dramamine for Thiago. For the roller coaster that he has been on. The mess with Lyon in Ligue 1. That Thiago was slated to move to. Just yesterday, actually, this is crazy. I found this out just before we recorded. on Kaze TV. I hope I pronounced that right. Thiago said, when I signed with Botafogo, where he's at right now in South America, it was already planned that I would join Lyon after 6 months. That's what's going to happen. Maybe. It may not be so simple. Lyon, if you don't know, is owned by John Textor, part of Eagle Football Group. He also owns like 45% of Crystal Palace and Lyon and Botafogo. That's why Thiago is where he's at, because it's an easy transfer amongst the football groups. But Lyon is over $500 million in debt, and they've been handed a provisional relegation from Ligue 1, which essentially means if the club doesn't get their shit together, they're going to be relegated no matter what position they're in the table. So Texter, who's the owner of all of these clubs, has said that that's absolutely not going to happen. And if need be, he will sell his shares of Crystal Palace to raise the money, which might net him a little north of 100 million if he's able to find a buyer. And reports suggest that Lyon needs around that much to get right with Ligue 1. They don't have to necessarily get totally in the black. Every club has debt. It just reached a point, I guess, with the league where they're like, this doesn't work anymore. But there's also a report going that another firm, Sports Bank, very original name, an investment firm, might inject some liquidity into the club. So that might solve the problem. But this must be quite a ride for Thiago dealing with all this. And Botafogo just won Copa Libertadores, first time in their history. So he's winning trophies on one hand. He doesn't know what's going to happen on the next. Poor dude. He has done well. Fine. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists. So I think it'll get worked out, but that must be quite a lot.
He's a big reason they're going to Libertadores, that they won Libertadores.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. 3 goals, 2 assists over 1260 minutes. I believe at least 1 or 2 of those goals came in Libertadores in that competition play. Yeah. So yeah, they're going to figure it out. So I think he'll still go to Lyon, but they're also dealing with a player transfer ban that might affect his ability to go in January. It's paperwork. I'm sure that shit can be sorted out. Money solves everything in these situations. Someone shows up with a big wire transfer, I'm sure it'll get celebrated. But poor Thiago. But he'll be all right. And he did just win a trophy immediately after leaving here. Another kind of chaotic situation that he was in. So I wish him the best, but that must be quite the ride. All right. My 4th gift that I'm giving has to deal with Kat's beloved Liverpool. I'm no Red, but I did feel genuinely bad that when you won the title, you didn't really get a proper celebration. It was the height of the pandemic. Stay at home. They didn't. They came out of that stadium and were like fireworks off, despite Klopp kind of saying, no, you should stay home. Don't come to Anfield. They did. But look, don't drop off and have a proper celebration. I really want that for the club. Yeah. You hadn't won it in a long time prior to. You win it again this time. You're doing great. And have a proper celebration with fans. The fans deserve that. And maybe 2-1 type.
And I appreciate that. I would love for us to finish 1 and 2 over Arseholes and Man City. That would just be a great way to finish things.
I love how you put Baby in a corner.
Well, I don't know from week to fucking week what y'all are fucking doing, Jennifer. I'm sorry. Okay? I have absolutely no idea. Who would predict that you would put up 5 in the first half today when you can't? Some days you end a game 0-0.
Actually, the better prediction would have been that we could put up 5 in the first half, but we would have given up 4 or 5 in the second.
Right.
The fact that we didn't is the thing that blows my mind.
Minor miracle.
There are some matches where I'm like, if they could have finished -2 goals, they would have. And then there's days where you put up 5 in the first half. So I don't know. If I get a bonus gift, it's to figure out what's going on at Tottenham for myself or everyone else.
Listen, these are gifts, not miracles. All right. My 5th and final gift is a better name for Boston's NWSL team.
Didn't they come up with one though? Wasn't it announced
yet? So
I thought it was
a temporary situation. Isn't it?
I thought it was like the Boston Fury or something.
No,
I thought they came up with one.
It is Boss Nation FC.
Yes, I know, and everybody hates that. I thought they just came up. I thought I just announced that they were changing it.
Not if it was today.
Well, maybe not.
Look, this club, it was a disaster of a launch with an all-time cringe video talking about balls and how much the city of Boston loves balls for this new women's team coming in.
Featuring
your boy Tom Brady. You love him.
Disaster.
I know it. Listen, to the club's credit and the people running it, they acknowledged how bad it was and just how wrong they got it. Good. That means they're listening to fans. Fan feedback is important. Great. Admit a mistake, correct it, move on. That's wonderful. The club has also said that they've heard feedback on the name. So here's hoping that changes as well, and that the name and the crest, the colors, everything better represents that city and that area, something that everybody can be proud of and get behind, and is representative of what they hope to be a top new women's club. I don't think Boss Nation gets it done, and I think they are trying to be a top club. To their credit, they've hired a big name out of Barcelona in Dome Guash, I believe I pronounced that right, who was director of women's sports at Barcelona as their first GM. So they're swinging big. They just cut the naming and the tone and of everything wrong. But you listen to the fans, good. You didn't just stick up a middle finger and say, we're doing it our way. That's good. Come up with a better name.
Yeah, it's just to clarify too, if you feel free to Google it, it's not like it's hard to do, but it's BOS as in Boston.
Yeah.
It's sort of like an anagram.
I like how you immediately slipped into the Boston accent when you said Boston.
No, it comes out, sorry. But it's
a car in the yard at that Harvard bar.
There's so many great. There have been some really good suggestions that I've seen, and then there's ones that are like the Boston Beans, and I'm like, that's not happening. Okay,
because do you?
Well, because all I'm gonna ever think is
like
that
Apples FC?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Because I'm gonna, I want to make sure everybody understands this podcast is not fucking PG. Okay, so I'm gonna say some shit that is gonna be offensive, and you're just either listen to it or you don't. But if they're gonna call them the Boston baked beans, all I'm gonna think of every time they hit a free kick is they're flicking the bean. Okay, and that is a problem. That just. I'm
glad we got a parental warning before that one came out of your mouth.
Explicit lyrics.
They're gonna lay it on a platter for me, and I won't be able to not say it.
Wow.
So,
all right.
But like the Boston Resistance, the Boston Breakers, there's some good ones out there.
There's some good ones.
Oz Nation, this whole we've stopped giving teams names. Us too. We're Atlanta United FC. Right. We don't have a team name. We're not the Hawks, the Falcons. We're not a bird of some sort, which I thought was kind of.
We have a Trainee McTrain face. Does that count?
Yes, I love that. I thought we might have been like the Atlanta Phoenix. I thought maybe that might be for the NWSL team. But I know there's nice. I'm just,
still could happen.
Could be a thing. Because it's a bird. It's Atlanta's fucking symbol. Like, come on. But yeah, so they can do way better.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
they will.
Yeah.
Let's not flick the bean.
All right. Those are all my
the second
gifts.
worst new naming of a franchise. I mean, the Utah Hockey Club was, I thought, going to take the cake.
What was it?
That was the Utah Hockey Club. Is what
That's
they
it?
literally named it. Yeah, the new NHL team this season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought that was going to be the worst.
Well, hockey clubs don't do that. Not like soccer clubs do. You can't just call it that.
That is a bad name.
Lazy. It's lazy marketing.
But it's not as
for
bad.
the longest time, I thought it was just like a name, like a placeholder. But it turned out that's just what they're going to roll with. And I'm like, wow, that's really breaking from NHL convention, going in the opposite direction.
And I did hear too, I know that, and I'm just this will be the last thing that I say. I know that the women's hockey league, how all of the uniforms are fairly uniform, where they all just have the name going in a banner. Supposedly next year, everybody gets new uniforms. Everything gets redesigned. Everything is going to be individual. Everybody will get their own design. It's not going to be like
not everyone's going to be like the 1980s Rangers. So
that's exactly what it looks like.
It's an iconic look, though.
Oh my God, guys!
We have New York.
We have entered hockey talk. Jennifer will never shut up. We have to move on, or we will never end this.
I'm sorry, I brought us here.
New York. If they were from New York,
us here, and I'll take us out.
Yep, you're going to.
All right,
go, Mike's Michael. Up with his gifts.
All right, so mine are short and sweet.
All right.
And they're all Atlanta United / Atlanta United Fan TV related, because I'm going to use this opportunity to take some jabs at AJ because he couldn't make it tonight. So I'm going to definitely do that.
Is that gift one a jab at AJ?
No, but it might be an extra gift that happens later. So first one is, I'm just going to say there's a lot of, concern about Garth Lagerwey and the way that the team is going to be next season. A lot of people are losing faith in what he can do and what he's supposed to do in this offseason. My first gift is my undying support for anything he does for this offseason. I want to believe that this is the home run offseason that we've been needing for a long time. And so that's why I'm going to put my full support behind him for any of this. And it's unfortunately blind support because we don't really know what's going to happen.
Wow.
But it's like I have a tradition where it's a very stupid one, but like for whatever reason, I like to buy jerseys of players who have not done anything for Atlanta United yet, but they're coming to us, and then getting that jersey and then going, this is me putting, faith in this player to push them further to do better for us. And unfortunately, it has not worked out for any of the players I've gotten the jersey for yet, but one day it will. So that's kind of the mentality I'm going with for gifting that support to Garth Lagerwey. And also
is the hope that kills you.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, this is what you got to do. You got to put yourself in a proper, good, positive mind state for what's coming. I mean, this is just an unprecedented time for us, obviously. Just an entire, almost full rebuild. It's all on Garth. It's literally all on him.
Yeah. It's his team now.
So yeah, yep. I don't disagree with you. I think that because we've been down for so long that we're just like, I don't want to say it's easy to just say, we're with you, man. And it's because we haven't had that kind of hope for a while. So I think we're just kind of being like, yeah, you better fucking do it.
Yeah.
You better do it. You better do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like he came with such
we're still here,
recommendations and his resume and everything that it just would, it would blow my mind if he wasn't successful in this regard here. So I'm really, really hoping that he is.
Right. Anyway, does that say more about him or more about us as a franchise if he's not successful?
I mean, this would be like kind of the second time we've taken something from Seattle that is supposed to be the next big thing, and it just didn't work out. So
that's what I'm wondering.
That would just
all right. Next up.
Yeah. So this was kind of the Glenn had asked me for like a preview of one of mine, and this is the preview. I told him one of them has to deal with muscles, and so one of my gifts is a preemptive organ exchange or muscle replacement. That if any of our players preemptively during this season go down with an incredible injury that seems fluke and out of nowhere, I will be on the first lines to donate one of my muscles to help repair them and get them back up, because I just cannot take another injury-ridden season, especially when we need to really get back on the horse this season. And like I said with the whole thing about Garth, we just can't have bad things happening. And if that starts happening again, man. So hopefully
like that.
Yeah. And also a little bit of like on a serious note, I'm also gifting Brooks Lennon hope for a quick recovery, because that's not going to be quick. And we all know it's not going to be quick, but that's got to suck. That's got to suck so much for him. I mean, everyone's talked about it for a long time now. Doesn't really bear that much repeating, but it's just, I think about like in terms of a player on Atlanta United, that's the guy I think about in terms of like, this is a tough time. So in the holidays, that's where my mind turned to.
Okay.
And now to get to, I know, right? It's fun, but I say the nice thing, and now we're just gonna get into the nasty stuff.
Get nasty.
There we go.
He's breaking out the bag of coal.
Yeah. Get nasty.
So yeah, for my next one is I'm gifting AJ better internet for 2025, because if you know,
can you give some for Jennifer?
Save some for Jennifer too.
If you know, specifically our Patreon members, you know that AJ has just a horrifically bad internet quality all the time, constantly going in and out. So for the next 2025, this is part of our large, Atlanta United FanTV capital improvement program going into the next 10 years. We're expanding, getting bigger, signing leases, doing deals. One of them is getting AJ better internet, because for the love of God, for someone who runs an internet TV show, this is abysmal. So
look, I don't think that's necessarily completely out of the realm of possibility either. I don't understand how we're in the age of technology that we're in. I don't understand how there are places that have bad cell signal anymore.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You have basically 3 major carriers and one little sister of a carrier in the entire country. How is there anywhere that has a dead spot? How do we not have thousands and thousands of cell towers, and there are still places where your call can drop?
I've got a really valid answer for that.
I don't want an answer. It was a rhetorical question.
So, just to give you an idea, too, we did an internet speed test recently for AJ. It was around 60 megabytes down.
Download? Oh,
wow.
That's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
If I can give you some hope for 2025, Glenn, we literally in my neighborhood just got AT&T fiber. Like they laid it last week. So
I only got mine. I got mine 2 years ago. So I lived in the house that I'm in now. I lived here for a year, and I had to endure Comcast for an entire year. And then the best part of my day, that whole day, when I finally got that fiber, was that I got to call Comcast and fire them again. So
I get to do that in about a month.
Yay!
Nice. Awesome.
All right, that's
last one.
What you got?
So if you're ever at a tailgate, Atlanta United tailgate, sometimes you'll see me, AJ, some other people set up a table, and we'll sometimes have a little game there called Bino that we like to play. Now, what's fun about that is AJ has never won a game against someone else, and he's played quite a few of them. So for this season of gift giving, I'm going to give him some lessons on how to win a game. So hopefully next time, when we bring out the board at one of the tailgates, and a lot of the 7 to 12-year-olds show up to play us, he doesn't lose every single game. Now, granted, we do like to lose, and I'm not saying he's throwing these games, because we do give out flags and other kinds of swag and things to whoever beats us. So that's what I'm gonna give to AJ, because damn sure he needs it.
Love, nothing but
great.
My water bottle says balance, love, and kindness.
Yes, all things you expect from your water brand.
That's
that was good.
Those are very nice gifts.
Yes, those are very good. And AJ, for the love of God, man, just get a faster modem, okay?
Also, while AJ's in a giving mood, AJ, I would love some ASMR content from you.
Yeah, I want him.
We're gonna set up that Patreon too.
I want him to just read a book. Can he just read Harry Potter? That would be good. Jennifer and I would probably pay for him to do that.
We will. I will talk to him. We'll see what money here we have.
I'm telling you right now, what I wouldn't give to hear AJ go, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. What I wouldn't give. All right, that's wonderful. Kat, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to go off the deep end. None of mine are Atlanta United related, because I like to think of things that there is more to life than Atlanta United, like Liverpool.
No one is listening to this podcast because there is more to life than Atlanta United.
I know. But like I said, there's more to life than Atlanta United, like
All
Liverpool.
right, well, hit us. What do you got?
I'm going to give the gift of a new contract to Mohamed Salah myself, because I have 50 million.
You can't even afford your wait, Kat, you can't even afford your Emmy. How are you affording Mo Salah?
We'll take out a loan.
Is he mostly in or mostly out?
I believe that he is mostly in, but I can tell you right now, I am just so fucking tired of hearing about it. Okay. Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't believe that Virgil's going anywhere. I believe that Trent probably will if he can make a deal. I don't think that Mo will right now. It's not about the money for him. Really, it isn't. But he doesn't want to be insulted. And I completely understand that. Give him a 2 or 3 year deal. Make it about 150 million, 50 million a year. I will put in for 1 year. But for the love of God, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. In 3 years, that's where you can go. But for the love of fucking God, we're in the middle of the season. Either figure it out or shut the fuck up about it.
Splashing around that kind of New York Mets money.
Dude.
Sure.
I don't even want to hear it. Okay. Now, we already talked about the sweaters that we're going to, a nice Argyle.
A nice one for Pep. Yeah.
For Pep, it'll be good. Mm-hmm. The tweed.
That's maybe a little
because
that's
he's also
strong.
He always maybe I also thought about giving him like a new shaver set, except that maybe a manicure because he's always running his nails over the top of his head.
Yet another ASMR video that doesn't exist.
Yes, that's what I said. You trot on down to your local TJ Maxx or Marshalls and get one of those gifts for Dad. Send it overseas to Pep. With the razor.
Yeah.
What have you. Yeah, totally.
God, you imagine if his P.O. box is like public knowledge?
Oh my God. That would be incredible. Do it, Pep. I dare you.
Moving right along. I would like to give the gift of gab to our new coach, whoever that person may be, because I think that something that's been a little bit lacking has been not that Gonzo wasn't, not that he didn't give good press conferences and stuff like that. I wish there was just a little bit more.
Are you talking like you want like more like Dutch uncle, like really like give it to you straight type of talk?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like what's the word? Like he was very
he was reserved a little bit, and I just
kind of a lot of corporate talk though.
A little bit. Yeah, it felt
turfing and stuff.
And I don't feel like it was like double talk or anything. I just kind of feel like maybe a little.
It was a lot of canned response. Yeah. It was literally he'd sit down at the press conference and have the same response of over and over again with no new insight and no
like compare that to like Glassy that we had when he went out and did like press conferences. It felt like you were getting fresh air with hearing the completely candid things that he was saying.
And on the sidelines too. And that's what I wrote. I said press conferences and sidelines because just walking back up and I don't care how good you look in a suit. Walking back up and back and forth up and down the sideline with your arms crossed in a very nice black suit with a red tie, it just doesn't feel like there's enough verbalizing going on. I just want
Miguel more. Herrera, like
I want fucking hands. Yes, please. That's what I want. Somewhere in between Heinze and
someone who actually feeds and waters the players and is willing to open up and wear their heart on their sleeve a little bit more so we can see what's I
just want a little bit more God, this sounds so cruel, but I want a little bit more personality kind of fed into the daily goings on and the daily life of whoever this person's going to be. I just want there to be a little bit more dynamism about this person because I really feel like that's something we've been if we're going to have a face of the franchise, if it's not going to be Joseph, it's not going to be Gigi, maybe it's this new coach, whoever this person is, just and have it be someone that we can really have,
does Jim Curtin do that for you?
No. That's blasphemous on this podcast. Look, Jennifer's going to leave the room.
I don't like Jim Curtin personally either, but I'm just saying he seems like.
Are we going to segue? Are we going to segue? Can we just segue into my gift then? Because I have a related gift on that subject.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yes. Cool.
Sorry.
You want to? Well, I have one more.
Okay. Well, get your one more.
I'm breaking up your one more because
go ahead.
My gift to this fan base is a new coach not named Jim Curtin or displaying Jim Curtin as an alias on his driver's license.
Right.
He is the one person who you can't sit here. You're wearing pink. You cannot sit here.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Wednesday or October 3rd or April 25th, where all you need is a sweater and a light jacket.
Yes.
Don't come here.
No. We don't want it's really interesting because you are not the only one. It is out there. It is in the comments. It is in the tweet is it's nobody wants him anywhere near this club.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to hope it's making that up to Garth. Like they can't
like that
do that.
Meme, like it's like people don't forget. Like
yeah. So I just I know that we don't run this team, but there's no way that amount of chatter against someone like that doesn't make its way up to the front office.
If for whatever reason Garth does the really stupid thing, which would then cost any shred of belief that I have left in that man's capabilities.
That's true.
I'm hiring Jim Curtin, and we did nothing short of win MLS Cup and maybe at least one other trophy next season. Mm-hmm. There is no way in hell that's a forgivable sin.
Yeah. I agree completely.
I mean, we felt that way about Dwyer. I was like, no fucking way, keep that guy away from me. But that's just one player, it's not like umbrella guy over the whole fucking team. Right. No fucking way. Absolutely not. All right. So, and
sorry, Kat.
No, Jennifer, that is a good gift. Get the fuck out of here with that. Okay. My last gift is to my best friend and original podcast partner, Glenn. I am giving,
no. I don't want
it to
Does this
you.
Thing come with a receipt?
But I'm also it's really I'm giving you hopefully the continued gift of success to the Atlanta Hawks because they it's done so much for you. It's given you a job, it's given you joy, and it makes you happy. And I would like that to continue. I was telling somebody today that I don't give a flying fuck about basketball. To me, it is the antithesis. I don't know how to say this properly.
Antithesis?
And yeah, but it's antithetical to soccer.
Antithetical.
Yeah, to soccer, in that some people think that soccer, there's not enough scoring. They're like, I don't believe in any game that ends in 0-0. Whereas basketball, to me, there's too much. I know, I do too, because they don't know anything. But basketball, to me, it feels like there's too much scoring. Like I could watch the last 5 minutes of any basketball game, and that's all I need to watch. But that's not how Glenn feels about it. Glenn likes it. Glenn loves it. And therefore, I'm happy that they've employed him, that he's been able to experience it on a level that most people don't. He kind of gets that beat behind the scenes kind of thing going on.
Very, very high up in the rafters.
Level. Yes, he gave us our own little tour one day.
It's very scary.
And it makes him happy. And right now, and I'll show everybody this. Hold on, I'm not getting naked. Calm down. But I am going to pull up my shirt because my old boss, gave us these. And it says, choose joy. So for Glenn, I am choosing success. For the Atlanta Hawks, I'm giving you the gift of happiness.
I appreciate that. Despite the Hawks losing last night, which was sad, and we're knocked out of NBA Cup, we are doing better. Better out of nowhere. Nobody expected this team to do anything this year at all. The DJ experiment did not work. Trey does not play two-way ball. All of a sudden he is. Our draft pick, Ricochet, is doing really well. Dyson Daniels is the Great Barrier Thief, just stealing every game. I love it. So there's some hope. The gift of hope. Yeah,
there you again. The gift of hope again.
It is the hope that kills you, but it's.
And I realize too that there are people that listen to this podcast that do like other teams, sports teams. Yay, sports teams. From the city. And I think that anytime right now, especially any team from this city that has success is a good thing. We were known as like the choke city, the choke team, Braves, Falcons, Hawks. It didn't matter for, it took Atlanta it took United to give a championship to this city for the first time in 25 years. And then the Braves won it, and that's great. But,
bring the Thrashers back. I went back to hockey. Sorry.
That's okay. No, I used to love going to hockey games. I'm not a gigantic hockey fan, but I loved going to hockey games when I was a kid. It was so much fun.
If we get an NHL team back here, Kat, we will fix that.
Oh no, we will. Yeah. We will. I will wear my new Footy Mob hockey kit if anybody hasn't picked those up.
That's an excellent segue to one of the actual
Do you want to do all your gifts
yes,
now?
Jennifer.
Thank you for that, by the way. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. It does mean a lot to me. And
like I said, they employed you, and that's when we were all struggling. Yes. That's why it's like when we moved out of CNN Center and we moved over to the new Techwood studio, I kind of took a picture because I was like, you know what, this place saved my mortgage or saved my house. You know, this kept food on my table. It kept my lights on. You know, and for I realized that, it may not be super, super lucrative working for the Hawks, but anytime something, it's joyous and it brings something to you. So I've got to be happy for that. I'm never going to look down on something for that.
When they're winning, because I work with fan interactions and contests and t-shirt cannons and stuff. And I'm telling you, it's very difficult to get the crowd and contestants hyped up when we're losing.
When you're losing real bad.
But the only criticism I've gotten from my bosses at the Hawks, who are all great, the team's great, they're wonderful, is that I wear it on my face a little too much, and I need to be down there in kind of rah-rah mode all the time. And I'm really bad at that. Like when we're getting stomped on, I'm just...
Can't you just look at the Premier League table right now and bring that hype back up?
Yeah, you gotta.
I'm good. I'm good. Chelsea's good. Yeah. Like everything's good now, baby. Yeah. I'm just saying when it's not good, I got to be better at.
Just take the t-shirt gun, snipe a couple people who aren't paying attention, and that'll bring a smile to your face.
All right. Well, that's super sweet. I love it. Jennifer, your segue into.
Well, I was just going to say, you mentioned, so in addition to the five gifts that we all did here, I actually did some research for all of our listening audience out there and found some really cool Atlanta United related merch things. If you were looking for actual gifts to give that person, and one of them is the ridiculously sick and gorgeous Believe in Mobland hockey jersey.
It's fire, guys. It's
and I'm gonna try and see if I can get the camera to work.
There it is. No, that's good. Yeah, the thing is fucking sick.
A thing of beauty. It does have the quilt embroidered numbers and letters on the back and the crest. And
can't wait.
Yeah, and Olive and York, Believe in Mobland. It is dropped by Footy Mob, but it is a thing of beauty.
I will drop the link to it if you want to buy it. You don't have to be a Footy Mobber. To the Olive and York store. I will drop that link in the show notes if you want it. If you're a hockey fan, you're an Atlanta fan, it's just dope. It looks great.
Yeah, it's
a cool piece of merch.
Yeah, it's really just a cool Olive and York. Great, it's just a cool jersey.
Great merch company to support. That a kind of a more mom and pop operation that supports grassroots footy, does good things in the community, and at the same time makes killer designs. A great place to spend money this holiday season that kind of ticks all those boxes.
Yep. Fun fact, our fabulous 5 Takes jerseys with the crushed.
That's what I was going to say. That's where we get our jerseys.
All of our Olive and York creations. And there's a lot of really cool and interesting U.S. team throwbacks. There's other national team designs. A lot of just general fun supporters merch that also supports really good causes.
Yep. And really reasonable prices.
Yep.
Honestly, great company. Can't say enough about them. Go check them out. Link in the
and if you're asking about fit, they tend to run true to size. I'm sporting an Olive and York right now. This is our fabulous Tottenham ATL Spurs kit that the design is fabulous on. So love them. Anywho, actual gifts, cool. So gift number 1 kind of ties into what Glenn was talking about with the new NWSL team. In case you were not aware, there is a new MLS side coming on board for 2025, and that is one San Diego FC. So to San Diego FC, I am gifting a new lead designer who is not an intern or fresh off the University of Phoenix home gaming graphic design program.
Please.
Those guys, man. They're doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can with their $400 Dell computers, okay?
They had chat
from Full Sail University.
Chat GPT would have done a better job, is what you're
trying to say?
I think
Chat GPT actually did the job.
Oh, okay.
Because the crust is so boring. And then, first home kit of the season drop. My God, yawn. Just such a yawn. And
it's like you guys had an opportunity, and that's it. Come on.
You have a lot of really fantastic soccer history in that town. There are so many things that you could have leaned into with that.
Yeah, look at the wave. Like, look how
or the Loyal
theirs looks. Yeah,
right.
the NWS or San Diego Loyal, one of my all-time favorite crests.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Anybody with half a creative bone in their body, I think, could have come up with something that serves that market and its unique qualities better. And I feel really bad for all y'all. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
So, here, have a new graphic designer.
I just asked ChatGPT to make one, and it made a better one.
Yes. Excellent. I screenshot it if you can and just hold it up there for us.
Oh
Mike,
my gosh. Okay. All right.
I'm not surprised. What do you got?
Oh my God, that's light years better.
That's fucking dope. I love that.
You know what? Forget it. I'm not spending the money on a graphic designer for you. I'm just going to hire ChatGPT.
No, we want artists. We want artisans. We need workers doing this.
Well, then take some fucking notes. Take some fucking notes, graphic designers. Jesus.
Yes. You could do better. Fully agree. What do you got next?
All right. For my long-suffering Spursy brethren, I am gifting you.
That sounds so bad.
It's so true, though.
But it's true. It's not just suffering. It's long suffering.
It's true. I'm giving you all rosaries blessed by Big Ange that play Eurotrash EDM music. Because that's what they do when they win now. They play oots music.
Are
you need to hear more of it.
Are we still believing in Big Ange at this point?
Yes, because that's why we're getting a rosary blessed by Big Ange, because Big Ange has vision and Big Ange has the locker room, and you don't hear a damn thing about anybody saying different. And when you're in leagues like the Prem or La Liga and you've got these megastars and these giant egos, it is all about building cohesive team unity. That's what you're getting at Chelsea right now. That is what you've been getting. With the transition at Liverpool, right? That is what doesn't exist at Man City right now.
One of the most impressive transitions to go from Klopp to slot and have the success you're saying.
Yeah, it is the most successful at this point. Incredible. It is the most successful.
But anyhow,
I don't think that I don't think it's tactical. I don't think it's talent. I think it's a whole conglomeration of things that's just Spursy. And also I'm gifting Mickey van der Ven magical new hamstrings that regenerate every 6 weeks.
More muscles.
It's good.
More muscle donations.
Yeah, it's good.
Or a Wolverine type deal with him.
Faith.
Yeah.
Some faith. We went through, I gave you my Jim Curtin gift, and then for the fan base and all of our listeners out there, this is what I'm giving you guys this holiday season. Yes. I'm giving you that same energy. Because for the last 2 seasons, we have been able to finish strong, finish on high notes that give us hope, and then the hope just kind of dies. And I really want to thank Rob for giving us that gift for the last 2 months of the season. And what I hope is that he's stashed some of that and gift wrapped it and kind of left it in odd places around all of our houses. So
like a weird scavenger hunt.
Yes. So in May and June, we can find them and unwrap them and have joy when it is not just Christmas time.
He just employs a bunch of mischievous elves that are
Yes. And then finally another actual gift on my actual gifty list. Which are these fantastic, fabulous Atlanta United briefs, which are great for the brief-wearing person in your life. And I'm going to put these on the camera so that you can see them and then try to describe the
Please describe for the listener exactly where the spike is located.
So these are boxer briefs, which happen to be my favorite cut of underwear if you're looking for presents for people in my lives, right? That are beautifully like kind of herringbone 5-striped with a lovely blackout meeting point in the middle and one golden spike pointing in a very accurate and delicate direction.
It's exactly what you're thinking.
It's herringbone.
herringbone. And these can be bought for $35.17 by a company called ATLstripes.com.
Yes.
If you're not familiar with them, they make several different merch items. My favorite thing that they make is actually a really cool if you guys remember the black kit with the pinpoint red stripes on it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
they make a couple of dresses for women, like a t-shirt dress and a little bit more of a form-fitting one with that same like micro stripe design that's super hot. And
that sounds
awesome.
nice.
They also have Pride merch and merch available in assorted sizing. So
that's lovely. Buy a set of boxer briefs for someone in your life, and give some new meaning to Up the Five Stripes. That'll be something, huh?
Up the 5 stripes and down on the spikes.
Yeah, that's those are
the 5 stripes will go up. All right.
Okay. Those are my gifts to you. I hope you've enjoyed
this walk hammering down the spike.
You know, it's funny because all y'all probably, okay, Mike, you probably don't, but you guys have Christmas trees and you always know like what's you can see the boxes and pick them up and kind of shake them and whatever. In my house, we put our gifts under the piano by the peacock. So I hope you find everything that you want.
That tracks.
Sure you do.
That tracks.
Logically.
Oh man.
That's exactly
I'm hoping you've enjoyed what I left out by the peacock for you guys this year.
Very much.
Great.
This has been fun. Really appreciate everybody coming on and coming with some creative ideas. And for everybody making up for my more kind of mean-spirited ones.
They really were.
Yeah, they were kind of cutting out a little bit.
I'm just happy AJ wasn't here to defend himself. So.
No, we can't have that.
Never apologize, Glenn, for giving the gift that keeps on giving.
If AJ was here, his connection would have dropped out anyhow.
That's true.
Heard anything, so.
Shots fired over the bow.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for listening. We really appreciate it. We're going to be back, hopefully before Christmas, with another 5-Aside episode.
Well, we're going to have to do something separately to talk about the hiring of one Chris Henderson.
Yeah, that'll be just a special, different pod. Hopefully, we'll have coach name soon.
Well, we're hoping, Michael, that we'll be able to have a full coaching breakdown 5-Aside episode or something.
Well, that'll just be kind of its own thing. But I think
I'm hoping by next week. The other shoe drops.
Garth has said so much. He has said as much, and we are coming up on Christmas, so next week should be it. Interesting what it's going to be. Give
the people.
We are behind him. 1000% ride or die.
Yep, I have stuck my flag down saying that, and even if it is Jim Curtin, it's going to be a tough pill to swallow.
Get that. No, it won't be. It won't be. Garth has said he wants a proven winner.
Proven bird. Cup winner.
Proven winner.
It's true.
Ain't won shit. So I think we're okay. We're okay there, but I think we are going to try to do another 5-Aside where we are going to look at goal celebration songs and what clubs have the top goal. Like, can't be Zombie Nation. I'm so tired of it. But there are a number of certified bangers out there, and we'll discuss what our top 5 might be for global football, from the J League to MLS, whatever. Find a club that uses a song that you particularly like, even if it's a club that you don't really support.
Hey, homework for the listeners. If y'all have a club whose goal song you really love, drop it in the comments. Send us a DM. Follow us on any one of our socially platformy things.
Tormenta, like whoever, your local club. If you've got a goal song that's just a certified banger, let us know which one it is, and we will analyze and be completely objective about what the best songs are for scoring a goal. So that'll be fun to do, and we'll be back in like a week's time with that. And then, like Kat and Jennifer were saying, whenever we get coach news, we'll kind of pop on that day or that night and talk about our thoughts about this massive hire.
Emergency podcast meeting.
Yeah, pretty much, because TD and coach are two of the biggest things.
I'm hoping too that along with this coach, I want like a full hour-long press conference. I want a mission statement. I want
Jerry Maguire.
I want a full presentation with fucking slides telling me what the plan is with this coach moving forward. Yeah,
show me the PowerPoint. Yeah. All right, y'all. We really appreciate it. We'll be back in a few days' time with another episode. Thank you very much for listening.